This video is entitled The 5 Green Flags Everyone Should Have in Order for You to Date Them. The first green flag in order for you to date someone is, do they have a good habit of exercise? Are they committed to regular exercise in their life? Now, having said that, that probably screens out probably 80% of the people in the population, but it's absolutely essential for people to be able to have a good exercise habit, because exercise is the foundation of emotional self-regulation. The science of emotional self-regulation is really, really well understood, and the people who do 2 to 3 hours a week where your heart rate's over 120 are much better emotionally regulated. So it's very, very important for people to be able to have a good habit of exercise. If you're looking to date someone and they don't have a good habit of exercise, think really long and hard whether or not it's a good idea to date that person. Next thing is, how well do they deal with conflict? Do they fight like crazy? Do they lose their shit? Do they go in a histrionic meltdown? How well do they deal with conflict? Because conflict will be a part of your relationship over a really long period of time. It's inevitable that people will have to deal with conflict. You need to make sure you date someone who is able to deal with conflict well. The next one is sex. Are your values, are your interests in sex tightly? A significant proportion of my clientele show up when dissatisfaction in the relationship is coming from a difference in sexual desire. Now, sometimes that will occur merely by virtue of life changes. Long-term stress can decrease a man's desire for sex by up to 70%. Often women have a substantial reduction in desire for sex when they're pregnant and breastfeeding. Often there's issues later in life around menopause or around erectile issues with a decrease in testosterone in men. So there can be different things that create a difference in desire for sex. But it's important, if you're looking to have a relationship with someone, you need to ask the question, how important is sex to you? How often do you want to do it over a longer term? And, what type of sex do you want to have? It's very, very important you have an alignment for that. So if they do have a similar alignment and similar interest in sex as you, then that's a really good green flag to look for. The next thing is, how well do they deal with a crisis? Like, when they deal with a crisis, do they fall into a puddle and cry their eyes out for a week, or they just get focused and work the problem? You need to be able to work with someone who can deal well with the crisis, because crises happen all the time. There's health crises, there's financial crises, there's work crises, there's career crises, if you have a couple of kids, the kid's going to be having issues all the time. So how well do you deal with difficulty? How well do you deal with the crisis? And if someone fully loses shit and literally can't cope at all with dealing with difficulties and stress, it's not a good idea to commit to spending the rest of your life with them. The next one is, how well do you work together as a team? It's really essential for people to be able to work together as a team, because relationships are a team sport. Now, some people focused on living their own lives, going and, marching to the beat of their own drum. Well, in a relationship, you have to be able to compromise. You have to be able to meet in the middle ground. If one person is totally and completely focused on them having control of everything, them running everything, and then solving a problem, and it's either their way or the highway, if they live an entire life like that, well, then don't be surprised if they try and apply that strategy to your relationship. And when they do that, you're going to be miserable. If you're looking at dating someone, having someone who works really well as a team player, who works together as a team, seeks compromise and seeks the middle ground to solve problems, that's a really, really good sign that you should probably date them, or think about having a relationship with them. So they're the 5 green flags you should look for in dating someone. How well do they deal with a crisis? How do they deal with conflict? Do they work together as a team? Do you have the similar desires and attitudes about sex? And the final one is, do they have a commitment to exercise as a regular practice? If you find those things in a partner and find similarities with someone in a partner, they're the green flags you should look for, and you should think seriously and consider having a relationship with that person. I hope this has helped. Thanks very much for the time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to making more quality content for you shortly. There's a booking link in the description if you'd like to book in a session. I do sessions with people in Australia and in many other countries. And please like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video. Bye.